the Week in Review, episode 210, where we go over Raw and SmackDown in a WWE action figure setup style of that certain week. So without further ado, let's jump into Monday Night Raw from Chicago. Speaking that it was from Chicago, CM Punk was spotted in the parking lot. It was reported that he was kicked out of Raw. I think that's all bullcrap. I think WWE was in town. CM Punk's like, I'm going to stop by, talk some business with some management, and then they just had to do a cover-up because people saw him outside of the arena. So CM Punk, I know he's still signed with AEW, but he may just be talking to another wrestling company, seeing what's going on. Your thoughts down in the comments down below. Let's jump into the main show, though. Cody Rhodes opened the show with a promo, stripping down from his shirt, his tie, his jacket, basically saying, Brock Lesnar, choose a spot on my body that you want to destroy. See this scar right here? I fought inside Hell in a Cell in this same arena against Seth Rollins and survived. Pick a spot, Brock. He gets interrupted by Finn Balor, which was, it kind of shocked me, but then I understood why. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're definitely going to do a match for tonight. Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor, later in the night, it was set up after Finn Balor gave an offer to Cody Rhodes to join the Judgment Day. Obviously, Cody Rhodes declined, and then they had a match later in the night that I will talk about. Check out that custom Cody, by the way. Look at that. All you have to do is swap a top half of a Cody Rhodes AEW Unrivaled figure, put it on the suited body, and boom. There you have a shirtless, suited Cody Rhodes. It was the LWO, Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro going up against Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa. This was not a bad six-man tag team match. I actually pleasantly enjoyed it. The LWO's entrance, by the way, is awesome. Brand new entrance by them, and it was freaking dope as crap, dude. So glad they debuted it in Chicago. I wasn't there, unfortunately, but this match wasn't bad. In the end, Solo Sikoa was able to deliver the Samoan Spike to, I believe it was Cruz del Toro to pick up the victory. It wasn't Santos Escobar. That's just the only member of the LWO that I have, besides Rey Mysterio and Selena Vega, so I put him up there. But yeah, the Bloodline was able to pick up the victory. Then after the match, they're like, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, get ready for this Friday, because we're having that tag team title match. And then throughout the show, Sami Zayn kept interacting with the Usos. Jimmy Uso got in the head of Sami Zayn, mentioning, oh, what if Kevin turns on you after you guys lose the tag titles this Friday? And then vice versa with Jey Uso. Sami's like, what's Roman going to do if you guys lose? When you guys lose? So yeah, there was some awesome backstage controversy with the Bloodline. It's like a never-ending story, and I really love it. Triple H debuted a brand new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He mentioned how Roman Reigns is going to be keeping both the Universal and the WWE Championship around his shoulders, so that's going to be considered one belt. The WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, even though it's two belts, that's considered one championship, and that championship is going to be going to one brand in the draft. And this new championship that gives me big gold vibes as well as undisputed WWE Championship vibes, it's a little bit of both. You guys can let me know what you think about the design down in the comments down below. I personally like it. Some people don't. I think it's cool. And this title is going to go on the other brand, and then this is going to be the top title to win. Triple H did have it posed on ringside just like this throughout the rest of the show after he debuted it, and superstars looked at it like Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. I thought that was so cool. Great promo by Triple H as well. Trish Stratus was interviewed backstage, basically just insulting Becky Lynch on how she's not showing up to these Monday Night Raw episodes because of her, because of Trish Stratus, how Trish Stratus beat her down so much that she can't return, she couldn't overcome the stress of being the tag team champions and a mother at the same time, but Trish can, which I thought this was a pretty good promo. I love Trish as a heel. The Street Profits made quick work of Cedric and Shelton Benjamin. This match was pretty weak, but yeah, like I said, Street Profits. Montez Ford was able to hit the frog splash off the top rope to, I believe it was Cedric Alexander. It doesn't really matter though, because the Street Profits took the easy dub. And honestly, Shelton and Cedric, I like them as a tag team, no doubt, but they need to be with MVP or something, or just, I don't know, or split them up. Maybe the draft can do them good justice. We'll have to see what happens. Finn Balor went one-on-one with Cody Rhodes later in the show after that promo. This match was pretty decent. I did enjoy it. I definitely think it could have been better. You remember, it's Cody Rhodes and Finn Balor, but it is just a regular Monday Night Raw, so they're not going to go balls off the wall. But yeah, this was definitely a solid match. Cody Rhodes was able to hit the Crossroads to pick up the victory over Finn Balor, and it wasn't bad. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite, match. but it still wasn't bad. Austin Theory was live in Chicago on Monday Night Raw. He was out there with the United States Championship, flaunting it, not understanding why he has to be in a triple threat match at Backlash. Bobby Lashley comes out and confirms that he was the one that requested the triple threat match. Austin Theory gets pissed off, goes for a right hand on Bobby. Bobby ducks, ends up in an all-out brawl, and then here comes Bronson Reed, the third member of that triple threat match at WWE Backlash in Puerto Rico. And Bronson Reed reigns supreme, guys. He takes out Lashley. He takes out Theory. He took out everybody, man. He hit the Tsunami Splash on Theory, and he held up the United States Championship. And I thought it was pretty cool. Give Bronson a little moment there, because obviously he's not going to win at Backlash. It was a 6-woman tag team match. Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, all champions, going up against Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley. This match was okay. In the end, Bianca Belair was able to hit the KOD, the Kiss of Death, to Bayley to pick up the victory for her team. And then, yeah, sort of had little interactions with Io Sky throughout the match, because Io Sky is definitely going to be the one that's going to be fighting Bianca Belair at Backlash. I think they have yet to announce it, but that's definitely what's going to be happening, and that's going to be an amazing match, because Io Sky is great, dude. But as far as the 6-woman tag team match, it was okay. Chad Gable went one-on-one with Mustafa Ali, and let me just say, Chad Gable deserves way better. Seriously. I like him with Otis, no doubt about it. I like the Alpha Academy, but Chad Gable needs to be winning matches, and he needs to be a champion. For real, dude. Mustafa Ali rolls him up after a counter from the suplex that Gable normally does. I was like, what? Why would Mustafa Ali win? And then I remembered, they're in Chicago. Mustafa Ali's from Chicago, Illinois. He didn't even get a pop, and he won. I was like, dude, this is lame. Chad Gable should have had that easy dub, boys. Seth freaking Rollins made his presence felt on Monday Night Raw. He came out. He was talking about he's going to be facing the Nigerian Giant at Backlash. And, of course, here comes the Nigerian Giant coming out, going face-to-face with Seth Rollins. This is their first interaction. They literally had the interaction after they announced the match. That's so odd. Normally, they always do the interaction before the match is announced. But, yeah, anyways, Omos is sort of just, reigning dominant over Seth. And then Seth's like, I should be afraid of you, but I'm not, because I'm Seth freaking Rollins, and I make stuff happen in this business. And, yeah, Seth's going to take that easy dub at Backlash. No doubt about that, baby. Let's go. Seth Rollins also clearly made it clear that his sights after Omos are set on the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship by staring it down. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens with Seth freaking Rollins. He deserves it, like that crowd was chanting. Our main event of the show was Damian Priest going one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. I really thought Cody and Finn Balor were going to main event the show, but then I remembered, oh yeah, Bad Bunny's supposed to return. This makes sense. It was a solid match, no doubt about it. Rey can still move. He's amazing. Damian Priest intentionally disqualified himself by throwing a chair in the face of Rey Mysterio, literally hitting his temple. I'm like, oh my God, that literally knocked Rey off the top rope. Literally might have knocked him out for real. I was like, what the crap? He starts beating him down. Looks like he's about to send him through the announce table. And then here comes Bad Bunny. Yes, I know that's Kushida. That's my best attempt at making a Bad Bunny custom, because I don't really paint. I don't really tool. So I just sort of just throw clothes on different figures that resemble the character. And I thought Kushida resembled Bad Bunny just a little bit. So I threw him on top of the announce desk. And yeah, he did take out Damian Priest. Didn't allow Damian Priest to do any more damage to Rey Mysterio. And I thought Bad Bunny was going to announce a tag team match with him and Rey going up against Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. But he said, Bad Bunny, that he's no longer the host of Backlash. He will be fighting Damian Priest, and he's going to kick his ass. And, dude, Bad Bunny's English was amazing. I remember in, 2021, was it, when he was with a tag team with Priest? He could barely speak in English. Dude, this dude's really improved. He's doing great. And I'm really excited to see him versus Damian Priest at Backlash. Surprisingly, I wasn't the biggest fan of Bad Bunny in 2021. But, yeah, he's turning it around for me, man. He had some intensity with that kendo stick, beating it over Damian Priest. He did a great job. This was great. Yes, guys, that was Monday Night Raw in a WWE action figure setup style. If I were to rate Raw this week, I'm going to give Raw a solid 2 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty weak show. Of course, it had its good moments, but other than that, I thought it was a pretty weak show. That's just my personal opinion. It started off strong, then sort of got a little weak. But yes, guys, that was Raw. Now, we're going to jump into SmackDown. Jumping into SmackDown and jumping into the first night of the WWE 2023 draft. Yes, SmackDown opened the draft for 2023, and it was great. I really enjoyed this episode of SmackDown. We're going to talk about the entire thing. Yes, AJ Styles is back in the week in review setups. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about the WrestleMania Undisputed Tag Team rematch. It's going to be epic. Let's go. We opened up the show with Triple H making some draft picks for both Raw and SmackDown. He made, of course, the number one pick being Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, but not the Usos. After Triple H's first draft picks, the Usos come out, and then Sami and Kevin come out, and then Sami warns the Usos one more time. What if you guys lose tonight? What will Roman Reigns do? What will happen to you guys? He issued the warning one more time, so Sami did everything he could to help, which I'm going to just consider the Usos Sami Zayn's friends still. Kevin Owens was like, I don't even care about this relationship. I don't care about anything. I just want to freaking beat you guys' butts tonight and retain our tag team titles. But Sami is definitely showing a little more remorse for the Usos because he worked with them for all those months. I will talk about the match. It was the main event. And yes, there were draft picks throughout the entire show. I wouldn't say anything too insane. There were some NXT call-ups, but nothing too crazy. If you guys want to check out the draft picks, head on over to WWE.com. You guys can get the full rundown over there. Next match was LA Knight versus Pete Dunne or Butch. This match was pretty good. I feel like it established LA Knight really, really well. And LA Knight was able to pick up the victory, dude. He hit it like a wicked, like you know how Dean Ambrose used to hit the dirty deeds? Like, he'd do it from the front? He did that to Butch, and, like, he just drilled Butch. Butch sold it amazing. It was great. I really enjoyed this match. LA Knight, is definitely going to be drafted to most likely Raw, I think, to give him a fresh start. And, he was able to take a dub here over Butch. Not bad. It was a triple threat tag team match between Braun Strowman and Ricochet, the Street Profits, and, no, not Santos Escobar, LWO, but it was Cruz Del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, the tag team of LWO. This was a pretty solid match. I did enjoy it. Nothing too special came out of it. The Street Profits were able to pick up the victory, and how apropos, because they literally just were drafted to SmackDown before this match, so they were like, oh, how apropos, we have a match here on SmackDown, take our first dub, and we still want the smoke, just on a different night of the week. I thought that was kind of cool. Zelina Vega went one-on-one with Sonya Deville. That match was absolutely pointless, just to set up for Rhea Ripley taking out Zelina Vega. But yes, Zelina Vega was able to roll up Sonya Deville in pretty quick fashion, and then here comes Rhea Ripley from behind trying to take out Zelina Vega. She goes for the Riptide, and Zelina Vega counters with a wicked tornado DDT, spiking Rhea Ripley to the mat, and maybe putting some doubt in the mind of Rhea Ripley, like, oh, maybe she's small, but maybe I can't beat her. I don't know. And then I thought it was pretty cool how Rey Mysterio approached Zelina Vega backstage and said, hey, it doesn't matter how small you are. Let's freaking get this done. Let's win that championship and become the next SmackDown Women's Championship. We'll see what Zelina does at Backlash. AJ Styles is back, baby! AJ Styles and the rest of the OC were drafted to SmackDown. AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Mia Yim. Bro, Mia Yim looked so out of place. Oh my God. It was like she was out there. I just had to put my hand on the screen and like cover up. I was like, oh my God, why is she there? I was like, I know she was there when they were feuding with the Judgment Day just to have somebody to face Rhea Ripley. But this, like, yo, take out Rhea Ripley, please. Just do one of these. Or take out Mia Yim, please. Just like put her to the side. Have it just be Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Styles. It would be so much better. But anyways, they got interrupted by the Viking Raiders, and the Viking Raiders wanted to fight, and they got one. The OC took it to them. Styles was able to hit a phenomenal forearm on Ivar. The Good Brothers hit a magic killer on Eric, I believe, and then Michin did take out Sarah Logan, which I could care less, but the highlight of the night was AJ Styles hitting that phenomenal forearm. That was epic, and I finally get to use that Ultimate Edition in a weekend review setup, which is awesome. Main event of the show, of course, was the WrestleMania Undisputed Tag Team Championship rematch between the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This match was great. Really enjoyed it. The whole build-up to the match was okay. Will Solo Sikoa turn on the Usos if they lose tonight? Paul Heyman sent him on the mission. Roman Reigns said it was okay. Pull the trigger. But what was he going to pull the trigger on? Sami and Kevin? Or the Usos if they lose? He wasn't able to do that because Riddle was able to take out Solo Sikoa before he could interject himself in the match, and then Sami Zayn was able to hit that Lula kick on Jimmy Uso to pick up the victory. And still, your tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But what was Solo planning on doing? Was he planning on taking out Kevin and Sami? or the Usos? We'll have to wait and see. The Usos have yet to be drafted. They will be drafted on this Monday night on Raw coming up. So stay tuned for next week's Week in Review. I'll talk all about that. Oh, and look at that Ultimate Edition Seth Rollins. It looks gorgeous, my goodness. But yeah, it was a solid way to end the show. Overall, a solid episode of SmackDown. Obviously, there were a bunch of different legends that introduced WWE superstars to the draft, like Rob Van Dam, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg Jesse James, JBL. I thought that was really, really cool. Even Teddy Long was there, man. And there were a bunch of different draft picks that happened throughout the night, so feel free to head on over once again to WWE.com. They got all of those on there, so you get all the official drafts picks that happen on SmackDown. And I really hope you enjoyed this part of the Week in Review. If I were to rate SmackDown this week, I'm going to give SmackDown a solid 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this show, no doubt about it. Besides Mia Yim, still with the OC. That makes no sense. But yeah, solid episode of SmackDown overall. You guys can let me know your rankings for both Raw and SmackDown down in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bretto Live and AJ Styles out.